Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome one, welcome all to the Katie's Arms, if you're here yet. I've just noticed a really, really annoying thing, because there's one of those really minging, what are they called, blue bottles, and I hate them. The ones that kind of fly really, really low and go, but just, I don't know what it's doing, shitting on stuff and licking it up, I think. And it's on the ceiling, so I may have to get up in a minute and start twatting it. If it doesn't stop, hello. How's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. The hair. I know, we have to talk about the hair. I don't even know. I'll explain in a minute. Oh, don't even say nice things. Are we all good? Let me explain what we're doing if you're new. So this is the Katie's Arms. It's your pub. It's an online pub, and we set it up. By we, I mean us. Hello, Scotland. Hello. I'm going to Hope for a talk. I know. We set it up during, I think just before the madness started, or certainly during the madness, when we realised that everybody just needed to find somewhere where they could just find me and go, or what a load of twats. And I essentially speak my mind, say what I think. Everybody here, oh bless you, great show this morning on TNT Radio. Thank you, I must mention radio. Everybody here thinks whatever they want, is whatever they want, believes whatever they want, disagrees with me, gets pissed off sometimes when I'm picking on them, or agrees, and it doesn't matter. You can smoke, you can take drugs, you can be naked, you can think that I'm an obnoxious twat and do something else. You know what I mean? Like, all of those things are your options, but we're here. Netherlands is here. St Albans is here. Oh, lovely Mark came from there. Well, actually, he came from the rough bit in Watford. But for a while, he also lived in St Albans when he was being uppity up in the world. But he comes from the rough bit of Watford, the wrong side of the tracks. And his school that lovely Mark went to burnt down. I say burnt down. I think it might have had some help. Like that pub. That absolute bastard burnt down because he bought it and then thought, oh, I don't want this. So he just burnt it down. And most of his mates from school are in prison. So didn't Mark do well with me? No. Joke. Cheers to everybody here. Hello, Bradford's here. Wimborne in Dorset. Berkeley in California is here. Pour us a glass of wine. I know, so the hair. What happened was I didn't wash it. And so I got that stuff. Do you know, I should have brought it down to show you. There's this stuff that comes in a little, like a tube almost, and you sprinkle it like this, and it says on it like big hair or something. And most things that say stuff don't do it, do they? Most things that say, I clean this, well, you don't. Or I do this to your hair, well, you don't. Oh, I'm going to make your hair look big. Oh, you're not. You know, I'm going to make your colours look better in your hair. No, you're not. You just say that on the label. So this thing said big hair. And I was just like, well, that'll be a load of shit, won't it? Oh, that's good. And so I sprinkled this stuff on my hair that says big hair. The clue was on the label. And it turned out it actually does do that. So then my hair was bigger than the phone and bigger than this room. And already a lot of me is big. Nose, mouth, eyes, like I'm big, apart from my boobs, which I'm working on. Mostly padding, honestly. You take this off, there's nothing there. But anyway, so that's what went on with my hair. The thing did what it said on the can. Do I think this morning should have won an NTA award? Okay. So the other thing you should know if you're new tonight. TNT is here. Hello. We must talk about radio. Let's put that. Look what I brought. Don't mind me. I'm just making a note on the clipboard of power. If you're coming to join me on the road, at the road, on my stand-up, expect to see more of this. I'm absolutely in love with this clipboard of power. Look at the size of the clip on it. Yeah. Don't test me, I got a clipboard. I just walk around like this. People think I know shit. If you're ever near Wilko, if near one near you is still open, get one of these. No reason, no purpose. Just walk around with it. With that face, you've got to have a particular face. The face that HR people have when they don't know fuck all, but they're just making shit up. That face. So definitely get yourself a clipboard. What was I going to tell you about 2 seconds? A token dwarf is present. If you listen to me in the mornings, on Monday to Friday, I do TNT Radio, tntradio.live, between 9 and 10. It's basically my old LBC show, but without any Ofcom regs or any little tiny boss with a tiny cock telling me, oh, be careful here, Katie. Or kind of bringing me in to tell me off the next time I said something I shouldn't have said. So it's basically just me, free. And we have lots of token people there because obviously we all want to be very inclusive. So we have a token dwarf, we have a token black person, we have a token Asian person. I'm the token menopausal hag. Right. Well, oh yes, Holly Willoughby. NTAs, didn't you just love it? I know her and I know that face. She does not want to be at the NTAs. She does not want to be doing this morning. She's already gone home. I will put my life on this. She's gone home and gone, I'm not doing this anymore. This is too hard. I just got booed at the NTAs. Why am I doing? I don't want to do this anymore. She's done that 1,000 times. She's cried at home and I don't wish her to be crying. And I'm not doing this. And she will have cried after the NTAs because to be booed by a room and still have to go is torture. Like, you're better off being proper villain. My styley back in the day where you just go... So she'll have cried her eyes out. I don't want to do this anymore. And the point is, I'm not laughing at a woman crying. No fun in that. Well then fucking... Mumsy's on the wall. Mumsy, if you're watching this, go away. Just stop, bird. Like, all the people around you, including your husband, who's another one of those, telling you should keep doing it. Keep going. Keep going, Holly. You're doing great. Keep going. You're great. No, Holly. They're lying to you. It's a shit show. You look like a knob. Give it up, babe. Go and do another show with someone else. This morning is as old as my mother-in-law and she's dead. Like, let it go, babe. All the boys with their little tiny are lying to you. Fuck it off. Go and be happy. You've got all the money. You look great in a Marks and Spencer's shitty dress. Bird, do it. Go and model for someone. You know, go and do that. Go and do shows about ice dancing or whatever it is you do. Just stop punting your wares, babe. It's a bit tragic. I'm just saying. True. And I mean, I'm not criticising or trying to be jealous. I'm not. This morning is torture. You go in, you do the same shit, someone gives you a script, there's stories you have to pretend to be interested in, you're not really interested in them, you've got a twat in the kitchen cooking something you don't want to taste, it doesn't taste very good and it's a bit shit, you've got guests that you have to pretend to be interested in that are nervous and shit so they're really sweaty, you've got to pretend to like that fucking massive woman, what's she called, Ali Pally Hammond, I mean bless her as well, she's trying her best, but it's all so awkward and staged. And I did mention, didn't I mention, yeah, she's such a fucking goody too. She's not behind the scenes. And her hair's dyed. Mine is. Oh, it should be. Look at it. Look, what colour is that? My hair is mousy. Like, I would like to believe there is a God. But if there is a God, how, I was going to say said the Indian, but I think that's now classed as racist. Like getting cornrows when you're white, right? How did I get born with mousy hair? Like, on what planet is there a God that went, Katie Hopkins, yes, we'll make her a bit mousy. Yeah. Well, Holly Willoughby's not so bloody perfect behind the scenes. This morning is a bag of shit show programme, like, pretending to be interested in shit that you're not interested in, with guests that you're not interested in. And then, yeah, so it's all just a facade. All I'm saying is, why, Holly, if you're Holly, why have you allowed yourself to be trapped by something that's not making you happy. That's all I'm asking. So I'm like being totally supportive, positive. I feel like I need to get to Holly and like, Holly, blink twice if you're being held hostage by small men with tiny cocks telling you to keep doing this. That's what's happening. Tiny producers and directors of ITV, tiny, tiny little penises. I would not feel any of them if they came near me. It'd be like a drumstick in a warehouse. There would just be no noise at all. That's the bosses at ITV, and that's her husband as well, to be honest. Surprised they had children. Hush my mouth. Just saying, Holly, free it. Let it go. Do something fun. Let it go. Fuck this morning. Fuck Alison Hammond. I mean, who would? No. I don't know what's gone on. The monster's been unleashed. I mean, and I feel sorry for Alison Hammond. She must go home. Right, that bird, you know, she's a big old bird, and fair play to her, and she's obviously injecting Wegovy now because she's shrinking. If you see any Chumbawambas shrinking dramatically, if they're in any way on TV, I don't know what I've got on my eye. Might be some of my brain. I'm unsure. Something. Anyway, you see anyone on TV and they're starting to shrink, they're all injecting Wegovy in their arse. That's what's actually happening. If anyone's losing weight, you know, and you're like, oh, and they're like, oh yeah, it's a really good diet. No, it's not. You're getting injections in your arse. That's what they've all done. Sam Smith could do with a whole fucking bottle of it. Hold on. Sam Smith. I think I need to go on Wegovy. Hold on. We'll just get the plunger. You need to Wegovy that thing up to the eyeballs. Whatever he, she, me, they. If not when, but how, but why. Sam Smith. Wegovy. Fuck me, that would test the whole pharmaceutical industry, that one. Anyway, Alison Hammond, you know, I know, she gets home. She's like that, I'm sweating under my tits. And she'll be sweating under this bit as well, because she must have one of those aprons. She must have one of those apron. Oh God, my gag reflex is pretty weak. She'll be sweating. She'll be like, oh, I'm sweating under here. She needs to get the hairdryer out and lift that bit up and like dry it off. Dry off all the sweat. Take her bra off and she'll be like, oh, this is shit. Pretending to get on with Holly. Oh, she's such a knob. She was crying again. Oh, trying to be happy. Why is it me trying to drag their asses through this? Oh, I don't even get paid as much as that blonde wench. Oh, I'm dancing to Grease. No, what was it they were dancing to? ABBA. Silly twats. Trapped by something they don't need. They've all got enough money. And the problem with people who have money and are paid too much is they're addicted to it. They're addicted to the salary and the attention and they can't let it go. It's tragedy. Tragedy. There's a song about that, but we're not doing that, obviously. Now, would you like to hear about my varicose vein? Would you like to hear about... Oh, my God. I can't tell you that story for a moment because I can hear my daughter outside. Oh, vegans. Can I just... Yeah, Vanessa. Oh, that's perfect. This is why I love this pub. Basically, my kind of people. Just having a gossip. Vanessa, she's the perfect example that my brain couldn't think of a minute ago. Not so long ago, you promised you'd talk about your hemorrhoids. Oh, that's a whole other thing. There is a fucking funny story about my piles. To the point that almost I thought the hospital was going to call emergency services, but we have to pick our veins right now. So let's hold on. Let's stick with where we were. Where were we? Oh, Vanessa Felts. I mean, love her. Right, so Radio 2, absolute hero of the airways. How long did she do that show for? Like 40 years. She did like the 4 a.m. till 6 a.m. slot or whatever, like the bastard slot. And then she did another show, and then she did another show, and then she would always be at everything. Anything free, Vanessa Felts was there. Specsavers evening. Vanessa Felts was there with her, cool black guy. And she was always like, and the black guy was like, and we were always like, how does that work? No one really knew. But anyway, who cares? Then they split up, and then she's single, and then she lost a lot of weight, which typically people do when they split up with people because they realise they better do something about themselves. But what's she doing? She's injecting Wegovy into her arse. Come on. I get it. She lost a stone or two because she was a bit sad. But after that, this whole slimming, that's, just know it. That's what they're doing. And I'm not knocking them. Just be honest about it. I would. Yeah, I look great. I feel better. Yeah, I lost a lot of weight because I injected in my arse. Say it. Don't pretend. Why? I thought I had piles. It turned out it was cancer. Oh, what a relief. Oh, you must have been so relieved. At least it wasn't embarrassing. Come on. And believe me, there's enough cancer in my family to sink a ship. So if you think I'm laughing at you, believe me, it's all around. But at least with cancer, I've got cancer. People feel a bit sad for you. Tell them you've got piles. Your own father laughs. And I have to say, showing someone your cancer, pretty acceptable. Ladies will dress in pink and have a coffee morning for you. I'm putting a positive spin on this, guys. You may have had it and you'll say, Katie, it's not funny. I get it. But you know what? Fuck me. If we don't laugh, you cry. People dress in pink because it's cancer awareness. So also, if you show your cancer to someone, they'll be like, oh, that's terrible. That's cancer. Bastard cancer. I'll run a marathon for you. Show someone your piles, they'll be like that. You are never having sex again. I straddled a mirror to look at my piles. I am telling you now, I will never do that again. Have you ever done that? Piles, your own father laughs. Yes, he bloody did. So what I had, we've now gone into piles. I had a structure for this and everything, and now you've made me talk about my piles. Because my piles weren't just piles. I've had them before. They dangle out your bum. They're like round things. So if you ever think you've got cancer, maybe you have. So this would be like a health show. It's like a medical special now. So there's these things that dangle out your bum, and you might be able to feel them if for some reason you're feeling your own anus. Maybe you work in the BBC. Maybe you're Hugh Edwards. Anyway, if you're feeling your own anus and there's something bubbly there, it probably isn't cancer. I mean, it might be. But it probably is. It's probably piles. So that's what those are. And if you look in the mirror and you think, fuck me, I've got arse cancer. I'm telling you now, it's more likely that it's piles. But, I mean, you can get it checked by someone, but the problem is you won't want to show anyone because it's your arse. And when you've got things hanging out your arse, you don't typically want to just go, oh, can you have a look at this for me? Oh, hey. Well, guess what? I have piles, right? I'm a legend, thank you. Oh no, I'm going to vom. Oh, do it outside. Don't do it indoors, we have to clear it up. So I had piles and they were bad, and I was doing stand-up at the time. You try being funny when you've got piles coming out your ass. And one of them it's called a something. What's the correct word for piles? Someone is, oh my God, did you hear that fly? I'm going to twat it with the clipboard. Hemorrhoids. So it's called a thromboid hemorrhoid. And what it means, so like if you get a thrombosis in a vein in your leg, which I've also got varicose veins, so don't even, basically the vein just like gets all blocked and has clots in it and goes, and it's disgusting and you can't walk. My mother had that. I got thrombosis of the anal pile. I'm just pointing to where my anus is. Yeah, hemorrhoids. So I got thrombosis, a clotting of the pile. Right. Like, people are out there that are like, right, she's far right, she's a Nazi. Fuck me, babes. I've got bigger problems than that. I've got a thrombosed hemorrhoid. So my piles, basically, how this works, I'm going to give you an example. let's say these are my piles. One of them, oh, made me a bit gagged then again. How do you get that? Yeah, I don't even know. How did we get here? I don't even know. But now we are here. We've got to stay in it. You've got to stay in the place you're in. You've got to live with the hand you've been dealt. So my piles were there, but then one of them got thrombosed, so it got clots in it, and it grew a finger like this. And there was this enormous bright red purple finger amongst the grapes growing out of my arse. And when I looked in the mirror at it, holding my bum cheeks apart, I was like, if that's cancer, I'm blessed. Like, you know, I'm praying for cancer at this point, because whatever the F that is, I thought it might be like alien life form. You know how we're being told a lot at the moment, it's like aliens have come down. I was like, that, whatever coming out my arse, that has come from another planet. Like, that is intergalactic. So anyway, I went to a hospital and showed it to someone, and she was like, she did a weird high-pitched scream and then took photos of it, which I was suspicious of because she could have sold those to the Sun for a few grand. And she sent them to a hospital, another bigger, the fly, another bigger hospital, and they called me in to show someone else. I showed a guy in another hospital. Now, at this point, I've showed my rectum to like half of the southwest, and 2 people have screamed. And they've got photos, and these photos are all out. And a very young boy that looked like he was about 10 came in wheeling one of those things with the screen on that they all go around with now in hospitals because everyone's so busy, no one can possibly leave a screen. And my rectum came up on the screen in front of the teenage boy with the big, and he let out a weird noise and then left the room, and I think he was going to be sick. And then an elderly man, who I think is called a consultant, came in without so much as a, oh, nice to meet you, or how you doing, or, oh, I love what you do on TikTok. Got me to bend over, got the nurse to put some, what's it on his thumb? What do you call that stuff? I've never had cause to use it, so I can't remember. Oily, greasy stuff on his thumb. And then he said the immortal line, which was, a few drops more, please, nurse. So she put some more lube on his thumb, walks over to the bed. I didn't know this until I knew it, which was after. Whang! Shoves his thumb up past my hemorrhoids and the thromboed, clotted one, and goes up and in. And I never even told anyone, didn't tell you either. They've gone now, disappeared. Just went away. I don't even know where they went. I guess they got sucked back up. I don't know. But that was the story that I probably shouldn't have told you. KY, exactly. He asked her for some extra. I don't know what that means. Did it mean my rectum looked particularly dry? Was he frightened that he was going to lose his hand? Like that. Suck him in. Never to return. Just the feet of the consultant sticking out my rectum. Kicking around my piles. Okay. Shall we move along? I think we can. Well, look, we didn't even do varicose vein. We got straight to piles. So we'll have to do varicose vein another time. Oh, God, there's some things we have to talk about. I've only got 5 minutes. Can't breathe for laughing. See? People find it funny. People find my suffering funny. And all the while, bear in mind, I can't let on about this. I'm doing my little videos. People are calling me a far-right Nazi. I'm like, shit me, guys. You could see my asshole. Perhaps you might have some sympathy. Let me tell you some things. Let me tell you why I know we're winning. So last night I was doing speakeasy in Stroud. Now that speech is the new alcohol and we live in the age of prohibition, what finer thing that a pub landlord came to my rescue, and after 2 venues pulled, which we had secured, organised, sorted out, paid for, you know, all of the stuff for months in advance. So at 5 p.m, the second venue pulled because one Labour councillor went and said he would pull funding from the village hall if they had me there. Now, I will tell you the name of the councillor, Labour councillor, Steve Lydon. Let me spell that for you. And I'm not encouraging a mob pile-on because we're not those sort of people. Lydon. Have a look at him. All I'm going to say is, well, I probably better not say what I think. I'm just going to say that, well, he hasn't seen his willy for a long time, and no, I would never make any reference to children and him. So we'll move along from that. Anyway, so venue's pool, pub landlord said, yeah, come on, let's have it here. My lot turn up, 100 people turn up, then the protesters turn up, they bring their band, they bring their drums, they're drumming away, the police come. And let me say this, the police in Stroud were brilliant. And I knock the police, I don't trust the police, I tell my kids, see, the police you call me, or West Yorkshire police. I hope I don't die before something gets found out with that lot. But let me just say, Stroud police, totally in favour and support of free speech, helped us remove the protesters, helped us remove the vandals from inside the pub, asked the drummers to clear a path because it was disturbing the lovely peaceful neighbourhood, and helped us get the event on. And we made the event happen. People of Stroud, amazing. Audience, amazing. All around, outside where we were in the pub. I was doing a 360. It was just brilliant. We all had a glorious time. Pub landlord had his best night yet behind the bar. We're going to go back for a Christmas special to support the landlord so that he can earn more money from us because he's such a good egg. And I just wanted to just say, because I do criticise, or I explain that I don't trust any police anymore because of what's gone on with me. But can I say to the police of Stroud, and one guy in particular whose name I probably shouldn't say, but you are legends. And to everybody who made last night happen, thank you so much. It just absolutely, it's just restorative. And I love that we're winning. And we so are. And honestly, the protesters just look silly because all of their lies are nothing like what actually goes on, which is basically this. So they're writing like, she's this, she's called for people's deaths. And we're just going, oh, here we are having a laugh with a drink. So we are winning. It takes you take quite a lot of body blows, but we are completely winning. I'm certain of it, and we definitely win in the end. Someone asked me that last night. Do we win in the end? Yes, 100%. Maybe not in my lifetime. That's all right. We're all in part of a relay race. Come on. So can I tell you some things lovely Mark said I must say? If you want to come and see me on the road, we are running out of tickets everywhere. And I'm not saying that in some like weirder way, like, oh yeah, I was so popular. I'm saying it as in, get your asses to. So sold out, Stroud was sold out, Isle of Man, Wirral ×2, Exeter, St Helens, Lincoln, Blackburn, Wendover, London, Milton Keyes, Torquay. I mean, I'm thrilled, like it's brilliant, but you guys are amazing. So we have some tickets in Leicester. If you know anyone in Leicester, I'm going to demand that they're there. Doesn't matter if they hate me. Come on. Rotherham, that's going to sell out, but there's some tickets. Blackpool, Blackpool's going to be epic. 1,200 of us, but you can still get, I'd say there's 100 tickets left. That will sell out. Basingstoke on the 27th of October. There's a few tickets. Sussex, Hope in Sussex. There's only 10 tickets left. If you're anywhere near Hope or Sussex, come. Quickly go online, go to katiesarms.com and just come, because we'll be 400 strong and it's going to be brilliant. And Swindon as well. I met some people last night who are coming to Swindon for a repeat go. People are suckers for punishment. So Swindon. So the message from Mark was Katie's Arms for those tickets, and otherwise we're all sold out. I need bigger venues. We're going to have some Christmas specials. And Mark's going to announce those in the next few days. Stroud to support the bar owner from last night. Wokingham to support a brilliant venue there in locals. And Bournemouth right before Christmas. And then our dates for 2024. What's happened, people? How have I already got theatres for 2024? So the next tour in 2024, this one is infectious. In 2024, it's going to be called Silly Cow. Silly Cow? Oh, Katie Hopkins, the silly cow. It's going to be called Silly Cow. Katie Hopkins, Silly Cow. And those dates are going to be live in the next week. I don't know what happened. One day I was in the military. The next I was in business. The next I was doing The Apprentice because my husband left me with a 1-day-old child and a 1-year-old child. And the next I was in the media with Holly Willoughby. And then the next I was mainstream, Daily Mail, LBC, This Morning Twice a Week. And the next I was eradicated from the face of the UK. And then the next I was on tour in America for 5 years. And then the next I was doing stand-up shows. I'm only 48. Okay, my loves. Love you all. Can you start selling a DVD? So yes, our plan is we better go as well. Look, I promised not to run over, and look, we're running over. I hate people who are late. And I haven't even done my moans about vegans. I had a special moan about vegans. So in October in Blackpool, we're hoping to video Infectious. So Silly Cow will be a whole new show, but Infectious, we are hoping to get a recording done so we can somehow get it out to you guys. So I hope you all have an amazing weekend. If you have a massive venue and a massive, massive penis, yeah, no, I didn't mean that last bit. If you have a massive venue, then, and you've got balls, you know, and if 2 people complain and one of them's a fat Labour councillor who looks a bit like a, you know what, someone that likes particularly young people, you know, if you can withstand someone like that going, couldn't have, sorry, that's such an inappropriate gesture. But anyway, let us know, Mark's landlord at katiesarms.com. Otherwise, please know, just have a great weekend. In your head, think, what would Katie think? And what I would think is, fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. They want to think like that? Fuck them. They want to be like that? Fuck them. They want to wear a mask? Fuck them. They want to stand on a little plastic circle because they're excited because the whole isolation thing's going to come back because COVID's going to come back. When can I get my booster? Leave them. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Go on your merry way and don't even allow them to, you know, like the dust in your wake. Just fuck them and walk on by, my darlings. Have a brilliant weekend. Treat yourself. Little extra time in the shower, little extra time on the toilet, shave your whatever you want to shave, eat cheese on crisps, make a sandwich of crisps with bacon, eat meat, always. Every time you see a vegan restaurant, open the vegan restaurant door and just shout, fuck you. Shut the door, walk on. I do it every time I see a vegan restaurant. You know, just little things. Little things that will get you by. Okay. Love you. Great weekend. And I'll see you somewhere next week on the road or TNT Radio at 9 a.m. in the UK and all over the world, at different time zones. So that's tntradio.live. Okay. Thanks so much. Thanks for just, you know, laughing along with me, at me, whatever. Okay. See you somewhere.